The part we're going to make today is this one here. It's the slide valve which goes in the steam chamber, which is here. Some steam chambers I've seen are fully cast, and the steam chamber is all inclusive in the casting, but on this particular one it's not. It's made up of different components. That goes there. That now forms the chamber that the steam valve goes in, and then it's capped off with that eventually with gaskets, etc. And what happens is I'll take that off. The steam valve slides backwards and forwards over these. I think it's to create a forward and reverse. If that's not the case, then let me know in the comments, but one position covers the inlet and the outlet on this side, and the other position covers the inlet and the outlet on that side. So essentially it sort of sits in there like that and slides backwards and forwards over the two. Now the drawing, or should I say the book, calls for this rather sort of archaic method. They supply this piece of brass which you're meant to make it in two. Cut this square, file this square out, silver solder it to this so that you actually end up making that, and then start machining it. It eventually ends up looking something like that, but I'm not going to do that because that's just unnecessary. I've got some round bar which I'm gonna, it'll be my take on it anyway, so stick around and you'll find out what happens with that. So that's going to need to find also right now. Right, I'll put it in a collet chuck now. And take it over to the mill. So that's what we've got now, and we're going to machine the part out of that, and it's going to stay in the collet chuck well, more or less right until we part it off, and then mill the port on the back. Right, I'll just get it set up in the vise. Like there. On the bottom. Yeah, that's okay. That's perfect. Good. Better not forget to tighten that down. I only hand tightened that, didn't I? Right, that's the collet tightened down. Just put a little block on there. Just going to put this on. Just to give me a reference in case I have to take it out. Okay, great. Good to go. Right, I'm just going to take a skim off the top. Right, I've just centered that off camera, and I'm just going to take another light skim off there so I can set the DRO for the height. Right, that's the Z-axis set, and I need 20.75 millimeters down. There we go, 20.75 millimeters down. Right, I need to skim that off down now, so it's showing 8.57 on the DRO. That will end up giving me a 9/32 height of our centerpiece. Right, let's start trimming it down. Should be 9/32 across there, and it is perfect. Right, all I've done at the moment is just formed the height of the material, sorry, the height of the part, which is this bit here. That's what I've formed at the moment. It'll all become clear in a minute once we flip it. Right, Now I've got the height. Well, I've got it in this orientation. I'm going to do the width, which is in this case 1/2 inch. So we've got to get that down to 1/2 inch in that dimension now, and then that will give us the overall size of the part, and then we can start machining the part. Right, that's the part finished, so we're 1/2 inch. Excellent. So this is actually the size of the part. That's the size of the valve. See, good job I done a quick check on that, because it's a little bit tight on there, so that means I must have machined this a little bit tight, yes. Alright, I can now take it out of the vise, now that we've actually got the part dimensions. It's a bit long-winded, I know, but that's how it goes sometimes. I'll take the stop off, I don't need that anymore. Right, now what we can do is we can put the slots in here. There's a slot goes that way, which has a little block in it with a hole and a thread which controls the valve, and then there's a slot this way which takes the valve pin. I flipped it over in the vise. I'm using the shoulder on the collet chuck to register it, so if I have to flip it the other way or whatever I do with it, it will then, I'll be able to put it back in the right position. I don't need the stop on to register it. I've registered it off the back of the collet chuck. So let's get on and get this slot put in there. Right, just got to make a little plunge down there to get some relief for the cutter. When I come that way, it's got to go the full distance, because when this is cut off, it'll be short of the edge anyway. Okay, that's over halfway. Just set the depth of the cutter. There we go. Right. Zero that out. Get it back up to 0. There we go. Right, I'll just reposition it to do the cross pass here. .396 for the last pass. Right, we can flip it over now and put the little pocket in the other side. Right, we've got this this little pocket here to go in now, which actually forms the valve. These bits we did on the other side, they allow it to move backwards and forwards, but we've got a little pocket to go in there, which is this. Let's get that done. Okay, there we have it. I've now got to cut this off, and we've got the pocket in the other side. And that's the steam valve. Right, there we go. I put it back in the vise and parted the rest of the bar off. I've just put it back into the mill just to skim that off, and that's the little block finished. I'll just take the little edges off with a I'll just take the little edges off with a file, but there it is. Got your little pocket on that side and your grooves for it to slide on this side. So it slides up and down in there. I'll probably get a bit of emery in there just to face that off, get a nice facing on it, so it's a nice smooth contact with the valve on the other side. it is, sitting in the chest, steam chest there, the valves. You can see that, just see the blue through that valve. When it slides that way, it goes over the other valves anyway. That's what makes it work. Right, there it is. The little keyway, the rod goes into there. That's got a thread in there. Just to give you an idea of size, that's how big it is, with a thread through the center. And then I dropped it.